Welcome to StreetMotoZ. Today we're going to talk about why motorcycles are cool and most guys want a motorcycle. Well, wouldn't you agree? I think most guys do like motorcycles. There's something about the motorcycle, something about the experience, the freedom, the visceralness of it that really attracts guys. It attracts some girls also, which is cool, but it does attract guys. Guys love motorcycles. I don't know what it is. I've got a 2023 Kawasaki Ninja 650 KRT, and every time I park it and go somewhere, guys come by and they say, "Ooh, I like your motorcycle." Or they'll come by and say, "You know, I wanted to tell you, I used to have a motorcycle and I got rid of it and I wish I had it again." Or one of the guys told me that they were marrying a nurse who worked in the ER and saw a lot of bad accidents for motorcycles, and we wanted to get married, but she did not want me riding the motorcycle at all, so I got rid of it and we got married, and I haven't had a motorcycle in 30 years. Then he says that, oh, he wished he still had a motorcycle. He would love to ride one. And motorcycles can affect a relationship if your spouse just is so scared of them and has seen some of the bad effects of bad drivers. Then, you know, they can't have a motorcycle, but they still want one, you know. And I can understand why they're that way. You know, it's something to do with freedom, something to do with being able to get out there and do what you want to do. Many times guys approach me and they talk about the motorcycle, or they'll say, "Oh, nice motorcycle." Even young guys that don't have driver's licenses and they're not driving yet, when they see the motorcycle, they go, "Ooh, I like that motorcycle, nice motorcycle. Hey, do a wheelie for me," or something like that, you know. But they love them too. A lot of times when I'm driving on the road too, and I see guys working on the side of the road, they'll give me one of these. They want to rev. They want to hear it. A lot of times the younger guys too that are working the streets, they want to hear that rev. And they're just wishing that they wouldn't have to be working, that they could be out riding their Harley or their sport bike or whatever kind of motorcycle they ride or want to ride. But it's a very appealing thing for guys. A lot of times ladies give us guys a hard time about motorcycles, and I think they understand it, and I think they deep down they appreciate a man that wants to ride a motorcycle and takes that horse by the reins and gets out there and rides one. Some ladies would say, "Oh, that guy's going through a midlife crisis." Well, you know, if they were younger, let's say they were 25 and they wanted a motorcycle, they wouldn't say, "Oh, he's going through a midlife crisis." They would say, "Oh, he's a young guy, he doesn't know any better." So a lot of times some of the ladies, you know, they kind of poison the idea of motorcycles. And it doesn't matter your age. If you want to ride a motorcycle, you know, you want to ride a motorcycle. So I think if one of the ladies says, "Oh, they're going through a midlife crisis," I think they're just age discriminating is what they're doing. I think they're trying to say that to convince their spouse or other husbands or other men around them that this guy is a loon and he's out of his mind and he doesn't know what he's doing and he's going to get himself killed, so you guys don't do it either. I don't know why some ladies do that, but they do. It could be those ladies are doing that because they just don't know any better and are probably very ignorant of motorcycles themselves and just have heard only the bad stories. But I say this to all the ladies out there: don't be putting down on your man if he's got a motorcycle. You need to talk to him about it make sure he's riding safe. And a big part of riding motorcycles is to be safe. And I recommend to everyone, before you ride, if you're learning or if you want to learn, to go take a beginner course. I took the Harley-Davidson Ride Academy beginner course, and that's how I learned to ride. When I took that course, I put the key in the Harley-Davidson, started it up, and that was the first time I had ever sat on a motorcycle and rode it. And those guys did a great job of talking about things, talking about safety, explaining how you should ride, the mindset of the motorcycle rider. Drive defensively, be careful, don't exceed the envelope, don't get close to the edge of the envelope, obey the laws, don't speed, all those kind of things. I mean, they go through it all and they explain why and what could happen, and they do a really good job. And plus you get to ride. It's not an expensive course either. I know there are some motorcycle courses that are quite expensive. I know the Harley-Davidson one I took wasn't crazy expensive. And if there's any fathers out there who have a daughter who's marrying a guy that rides a motorcycle, I would recommend that they convince their son-in-law, future son-in-law, to take a beginning level motorcycle riding safety course. I had one guy in the class that I was in at the Motorcycle Riding Academy. He had been riding for, he said, since he was 16, so over 10 years. And when he was in that course, he was really confident. He knew everything. And we went out there to ride and do some of the slow maneuvers, and he had a lot of trouble doing those slow maneuvers. Doing that U-turn, he had a lot of trouble. Making that quick stop, he had a lot of trouble. He got better at it just like everybody else did. But some folks, like myself, I was doing better than him from the get-go. And I had never ridden a motorcycle before. So even if you're an experienced rider, taking those motorcycle courses are really advantageous to your skill. They teach you some nice, good slow maneuvers. They teach you about motorcycle safety and open up your eyes, especially for the young guys. Older guys, they've been in a car and they've been through a lot, and so they're usually going to be a little bit more cautious. Younger guys haven't seen a lot of that and might be a little more carefree and a little less safe, but that's more of a generalization. I think everybody's unique, everybody's different. I recommend that beginner rider safety course to everybody who rides motorcycles, no matter what's your skill level. Now, if you've already taken it, you know, that's awesome. I know there's some other courses that I want to take, some advanced courses. Haven't taken that yet, and I think I will. It's just a matter of some time. Well, I'm gonna head home, try out my new cruise control here. You guys have a good day.